Finally, my dear brothers and sisters, Archbishop Obiefuna was a great man and remains a great man till tomorrow. Those of us who know him very closely knows about a name that is rarely mentioned, a name he has, and that is, do I have to tell you the name? Do I need to tell you? Anyway, since I have mentioned it, I'll tell you. Those of us who know him so closely know that there is a name that brings about the genesis of Archbishop's greatness. And that name is Awaronaya. Many of us don't know the name. And what does it mean? A child that has taken from the greatness of his father. And I will tell you a little about his father, which many of us don't know. His father is called... Who knows his father? Who knows the name of his father, Archbishop's father? Thank you very much. The father of Archbishop is known by the name Ababa. We didn't know him, but from the story I gathered from my own father, Ababa was a legend. He wasn't an ordinary person. He was a legend and remains a legend. Why? Because he was one of the toughest men in the entire town during his own time. His father. At the point, my father would say, that bishop is too soft to be identified with his father. His father was such a tough man that all the high class masquerades in Orugu, before ever they went out for any performance, we go to his father and pay him homage. Before ever they went out, the toughest masquerades in Orugu. It's the toughest. During his own time, there was still all these kinds of women, kind of, I wouldn't call it slavery, but some kind of slavery that comes from intertribal wars and politics. And there was this famous market, which women almost every Afro, most women go there to do business. And if you go there without protection, you might disappear for life. That time, guess what used to happen? Ababa, the father of Archbishop Albert K, was such a tough man, not beyond the Rauku, that every Afro day, most women who wanted to go to this Afrique market, because you have to pass from Orugu to Abatete, after Abatete, Ogidi, and then after Ogidi, some of them go by Yomanachi, and the other time by the other side. So we're talking about 7 to about 15 miles of journey to go to this market. And Ababa undertook it to himself every Afro day to provide the security for these women. So long as he was accompanying the women, nothing will happen to them. And he will go to market with them to give 7 to 15 miles of walking, trekking, because it was really trekking, through pathway. And he would stay somewhere in the market and wait for these women to finish their business transaction 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. Non-stop. And this great man will wait patiently for all these women. When they finish, they will gather together and they will count the heads. When they are complete, Ababa will lead them back home. How much was he paid? Nothing. Not for one day, not for 1 week, not for 1 month, not for 1 year. He was doing it consistently until he became sick and could not move. That is the blood that Albert K came from. Selflessness and greatness. There are a whole lot more, but I don't want to take much of your time. We're working on schedule. But I assure you, as I assure myself, that he lived and died a great man. How his name came to be associated with Albert the Great, I don't know. But it is the same coincidence of history that he came to be identified with Albert the Great. So I want to console you as I console myself that Archbishop Obiefuna, who we see here, lived a wonderful life and a life worthy of emulation. And I have not the slightest doubt in my mind that he is in heaven. Because I have always believed and continue to believe that it is more difficult to go to hell than to go to heaven. It is more, I don't care how you look at it. Till tomorrow, my faith tells me that it is more difficult to go to hell than to go to heaven. If anybody tells you that it is easy to go to hell, then the person is blind. Because if it is easy for somebody to go to hell, the church would have told us one person who is in hell. But we have thousands of saints who are in heaven, confirmed by the church. Because to go to heaven, to go to hell means that the person consistently denied every attempt by the grace of God to save the person, which is almost like, I wouldn't say impossible, but it's extremely difficult to happen because the grace of God is so deep. And so, my dear brothers and sisters, we continue to thank God for the wonderful life He lived. We console ourselves. We continue to pray for Him because even though it is extremely difficult to go to hell, it is also difficult to go to heaven. We believe. That's why our faith in the purgatory will hardly be shaken. That's why we are praying for him. If there are by any means, there are some kind of skirmishes in his life, which he did, which I know that in millions of them, he already redeemed through his suffering here on earth. But whatever happens, until he is confirmed as a saint, we continue to pray for him, and we know that whenever he is settled there, he will always remember you and I. May the soul of Archbishop Albert K and the souls of all the faithful departed, through the mercy of God, rest in peace. Permit me to do this correction. Now I remember, because Archbishop has consistently reminded those who were writing the diary that he was born in 1930, not 31. Fortunately, up to his death, we are still making the same correction. And permit me in a special way also to thank Sister Iglesia Bujulu, who is also from Orugu. Sister Iglesia, we are from the same association, from the same association with Archbishop Albert. Sister Bujulu. So, like I said, my reflection is on behalf of the clergy and the religious of Orugu, and Sister Iglesia is a member of the association. But once again, thank you very, very much for making it a point of duty to be here. I pray in a special way, and we pray together that whatever prayers and sacrifices we make, we go to the remission of Archbishop K's sins and eternal rest in heaven. God bless you.
I'd like to welcome you all to this Vision Mass for His Grace, Albert K. Obiefuna, Archbishop Emeritus of Onitsha Archdiocese of Nigeria. Archbishop Emeritus Joseph Yorinza will be presiding over today's Mass.